Don't be retarded. I'm just kidding. You can be retarded. What else can you do? Ain't no honest work or anybody that needs killing nearby. So, I was sitting here on my rocking chair where I will be rocking until the day that I die, which should probably be I probably got between 13 and 22 years left, depending on what kind of cancer gets me, or if it's already in my bones and shit like that, or whatever. I mean, I don't know shit. I haven't been to the doctor in over a decade. I ain't got enough money for that. You know? Man, he can't tell you shit anyway. I just live in the moment, you know, because I have no other choice. Can't live in the past or the future either. Chances are, if you're watching this, you're a fucking asshole. You piece of shit. So, would you say that you're more into robbing a bank while you're on crank by driving through the wall in a tank? And, yeah. See, Ank, all right? Ank. Bank. It's something that you get stuck to, I guess. Bank. And a tank is a big clunker. And then if you get some dank, very nice. Now, maybe you have a wank. Maybe you call a skank. Who calls skanks anymore? You can't even do that anymore. You can't even call a skank if need be. You could have them bitches on speed dial in the 90s, ready to go. I was 17. I wasn't speed dialing skanks. I just had a girlfriend. I didn't fuck her. No, maybe I did. Shouldn't talk about these kinds of things. Shouldn't say these things. But that's the point, is to be as retarded as possible. Now, superintelligence is hyperintegration of the meta system, but more importantly, superintelligence is truly based. It doesn't work any other way. A lot of people are talking about AI and putting money into AI data centers and all this bullshit. And I don't have a problem with nuclear powered G-forces and all that, but like, it's some busy work to do, you know. It's like fire. It's like building a bit. It's just like, what if some guys came by and like, well, we're gonna build a really big fire. We're gonna like slash and burn a forest down, you know, for farmland and stuff, so we can have farms. Farms are how we're gonna eat. So we're gonna slash and burn, right? So like, I guess that's what AI data centers are right now. It's just like, well, we're gonna have AI, and we need it to live in these data centers. And you can't even get anywhere near any of our shit because we got like rent-a-cops out the ass and all kinds of other stupid shit, you know, whatever, it don't matter. It's the most boring shit in the world in there. Deafeningly loud. It's just a way to ruin a good room. A nice big room with very good air conditioning, man. You gotta fucking fill it full of fucking, you gotta put your dumbass computer in there to fucking generate fucking, it's like when they add like, new effects to the fucking graphics chips or whatever, like, oh, now we have accelerated like sparkles and shit like that, right? Acceler sparkles. And that's like what LLMs are. It's like fucking sparkle fucking shit for fucking Mario or whatever. I don't know. It generates some of the worst code and worst prose. I mean, yeah, they really got remixed up. I mean, the shit is only, I'll tell you why, Gemini 3, ChatGPT fucking whatever, 5, 6, wherever we're at now. What's the other bastard? Grok. That was on 420, now it's on 5.6. I don't know. I sent Elon some notes. I'm sure he never read them, so, because, like, why would he? But, I send letters because I got nothing else to do. Yeah, it's just something. It's like one of these things. They teach. They spent a lot. I spent a lot of time in the '90s in school. Back when everything was awesome and shit. They were just basically like, all right, so we can watch the movie Hook. I think Hook might have been legal. I don't know. They might have had to move off of Hook because it was PG instead of G or something. There's a crock and a clock and a crack and all this shit. And then you got to learn cursive, man. I had a nub on my pencil. I didn't like how I was holding that fucking pencil and this shit like this. And it was just like cursive again, cursive again, cursive again. Cursive, it's harder to read, but easier to write. And in general, is useless and old-fashioned because if you're going to write, unless you're into, if you're into that as a thing, like fucking go to town, that's just enjoyment at every level. I mean, there's loops and all this, but like I just feel like the regular lowercase Latin American alphabet here is the most wonderful 26 forms in the universe, really. It's quite amazing. Now, unfortunately, nobody knows how to read, much less how to write, even on a computer, much less with a pen. Or pencils are bullshit. That's something that they just give you to fucking make you feel like shit. So it's like, yeah, anything you do, you can erase it, because that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna erase your work. The fucking point of that? Just get a piece of. You can use a pen. There's so much paper. It's all used to print out fucking ads and stupid stuff that'll never do anything for anybody except for take your money or waste their time. It's like, if you think something is going on right now that's important, it probably is just exciting, because I think like people are coming to realize in large droves because they're getting laid off, like the younger people are. And the older people are they're hiding away because they're just all their advice is fucking not any good, which is obvious. But like what's happening now was very obvious to me in the '90s, very obvious. And we could have got here a lot quicker or whatever, but people like to, it was analog or whatever. Now we're all digital. There's no going back. You might as well forget about whatever you're seeing in the world now. You just look and you can see the fucking robots jumping up and down and all this shit, and the FPV drones are flying overhead, or whatever, They put the fairy lights up in the neighborhood, which is nice during the harsh Jamestown winter. Just try to survive the fucking winter. It's not even officially winter yet. That happens in solstice, rather. And where are we now in time? When was this? December 3rd or 4th or something like that of 2025? The last moments of life before the big fail or whatever. Ain't nothing. There's nothing happening, Ain't nothing happening. Nothing's gonna happen. It's happening. It's just a slow roll. there's no improvements to AI, such as it is, are having all these data centers, all the building of them. Both efforts are entirely fucking pointless, like many things, and that's fine. And they should carry on improving AI and making data centers because the AI is so shitty that it takes a nuclear powered G-force to fucking come up with some bullshit that'll like get Tina's soccer mom, yes, while she's on her iPhone, which is always, right? I don't know if I should start showing this yet. I might have to hold this back for the next video or something. What's this? This is some old ass shit. Oh. Yeah, so, anyways, the English or the American word letters are systemically functional. Unlike, say, Cyrillic, which is the language of oppression, or Chinese, which is just simplified and retarded itself in its own new way, so it's like doubly bad. And the Japanese, they got kanjis, which is, just they're trying to get to the good alphabet. There's a better one. You got less bullshit to worry about. There's too many. It does look cool, and all that. I don't know if you can express. I guess you can express yourself in a Japanese way if that's what you want to do. It just doesn't work here in America and the rest of the world. It's not Japan, so it just doesn't work outside of Japan. So Japan's got their own little language that's more complicated, but it's more interesting because it's harder. So you just, you don't have to get in a rush. But they like a good rush. Anyway, that's Japan. We're in America. They're doing good though. I like their new chick. She's amazing. Everything she's doing is amazing. So yeah, superintelligence is different. So I've already developed it, and it's actually not that complicated, truth be told. I've never been able to speak about it and tell somebody and share it with any technical person or anybody smart or anything successfully, fully yet, only partially. Because, like any theory of everything or whatever, any kind of thing, there's a bunch of bullshit, but it ain't that bad. It's really just like reading and writing and arithmetic, basic arithmetic, and then, all the other stuff too, right? Plumbing, electricity, and framing, and site work, and computer programming, special weapons and tactics, the unit, whatever, the rules of order, and whatever, the script, it's all in the movie. It's like trying to tell somebody a whole movie, but you can't watch the movie. You have to hear it. They're trying to tell you everything that happened in the movie, but it sucks because you just should see the movie, but hearing it from them, it's actually exciting or whatever. So it's kind of like that. Superintelligence is like that. It's just a bunch of techniques, and there's an algorithm for it, and then you can just get rid of all this probabilistic fucking training. Training is horseshit, Fuck, I don't need to. I have, the AI thing when they do this training or whatever, they read more fucking shit than you can read in a lifetime in a second, but they're still fucking retarded as a bitch. Now, it is the case that the LLMs are basically tweaked up to the point where they're definitely way better than your average person, which was all that was needed to basically destroy the entire capitalist system. So superintelligence is almost just a sort of not even in the interest of these AI companies. They wouldn't actually want superintelligence because it just ends the whole fucking thing right there because, the LLM just becomes a way to be do it wrong. It's a creative thing or whatever. It's a way to spin money around. You know, it's a whole cycle. It's like bots when they go and like post, and then another bot like post on the reply to the bot in the video, and it's just this bot circle going around and around. Same thing happens with money, and that's what happened with the dot comma era. It was a circle shirk, you know, circle shirk, basically. And we're in a big circle shirk now because, you know, basically we can tweak these LLMs all, you know, forever, and just, you can just do that forever. You can just always be tweaking that and doing that, like it's good enough. Like as far as any regular person concerned, it might as well already be super intelligence. But I mean, super intelligence wouldn't, I mean, you could have the experience of talking to it on a computer, but you can also have your own super intelligence, because there's people out there now, they're very rare, but they fucking do exist, but they don't fucking make a big speak of themselves on the internet because it's a waste of fucking time. But they are effectively very careful in their thinking. They're very not quick to make a mistake unnecessarily, and so forth and so on, and do give a deep fuck about certain things. But those people generally don't spend, you know, 20 some years or 30 years doing computer programming research in all kinds of different fields in order to put down all the shit you need to have together in order to understand that you fucking know what you're talking about, and so forth. And therefore, I want those very careful, cautious people to be very well advised that their careful, cautious thinking is actually a wonderful thing. And it's indeed the difference between, say, AI and superintelligence. The thing with AI is always about, well, quick, generate a fake version of yourself, generate hundreds of fake versions of yourself. Remember, whenever it's like, oh, I have an AI girlfriend and stuff like that, it's like, y'all don't know how computers work. Like, if you're gonna do something, you know, you can do this thing on a computer called an array, and it's just a way to have a lot of something. So if you're gonna have an AI girlfriend, you might as well be going with like 10 different AI girlfriends at once. I mean, you know, or whatever, you know, but what's the deal? We're going to use AI to do the thing that we were doing, and then we're going to do something else. I guess that's fine. I mean, most of the stuff people were doing is pretty dumb, and they should do something else. I guess that's why everybody's getting laid off for the golden age, you know what I mean? So, awareness is what you want. When you're listening, see what, you know what I was thinking just there? Nothing. I was letting things come to me. Now I can pay very close attention to detail to say these series of letters here and how it's interesting. This I put these silly arrows here, but they're not, you know, it's interesting, the ground and the sky. Just think about that. The ground and the sky. One is up here. One is ground. Ground. It's round, it's ground. It's round, it's on the ground. It's a ball. My balls are on the ground. My ball fell on the ground. It was in the sky. It went to the ground. Sky. Sky. Like the S, the snake of the S. All right? You know, we don't call it a dove or a swan or a bat or whatever, but it's like snake. All right, you know these. Who came up with the word snake? Huh? Probably many people did. It's a good one, you know. So, anyways, there's this thing called systemic functional linguistics. You can look it up. You'll find nothing to be confused about. So, hell with that. But it is basically correct. And and superintelligence is kind of like a super systematic functional linguistics, okay, which means that the like shape of the forms, especially the minimal forms, it tells you a lot about the word. The shape of the letters tell you about the word and how to say the word. The sound and the shape and the meaning are very much always related. And it's important that they're different. They're not redundant copies of the same thing. They're different. If I see some kind of wild beast in the woods of some type, I cannot. And I don't have an iPhone with me because I'm primitive and shit. I can't not. What am I gonna? I cannot project out my eyes into your brain. What I saw is coming, guys. The thing is coming, big beastie. But I can make it sound like snake, huh? And sky. Look at sky. 3 letters. K-Y. All right, we already did S, so we're done with S. Fuck S. That's S. It's not a consonant. All right, I don't know. There's all kinds of rules, regulations, policies, and procedures for understanding the English language or whatever the fuck, but they're all bullshit, and it doesn't really matter what they are. For the most part, unless you just, because you just get AI to correct it or Grammarly to write it for you. But if you do care about that kind of stuff and you really want to learn and give a fuck about how to communicate, writing the words and then look at their shape. Where's the pointy bits going? Okay, it's just interesting. Not everything is exactly correlated this way. It's just it's a lot of happy accidents and optimizations that are kind of clumped together into a big ball of language, I guess. But large language models, that shit does not work and it doesn't think or do anything, but you can get arbitrarily close to what it would look like if it did. And in fact, you could have a program that does think or whatever, program the LLM, but if the LLM can't think, doesn't think, it doesn't matter if you think it's thinking or if it's doing the chain of thought thing or anything else. It's just a garbage processing system, essentially. It's the same thing as the Markov chain bots from IRC back in the 90s, but more so. You just combine it with a Perl script that laps all the senses up. That's what tokenization is fucking slap chop. Okay, it's not a surprise. It's just a lot of that. So it's amazing that stupid bullshit was enough to like completely kill capitalism, basically, which is cool. So good work. Nobody will blame me for that one. Yeah. So. That's X, like exit. If you just are scanning across a symbol, you see that it's like, you got to, whereas Z, it's very, okay, but S is smooth. Z is like a sawtooth wave or whatever. It's a sharper situation. So, did your teacher ever tell you that 2 of the letters were just noise? Spit. I spat on my teacher's book or something. I didn't do that. She gave me a dirty look. No more pencils, no more books. I like pens and cardstock. US letter 8.5 by 11, baby. 1 inch margin, golden ratio. Why? Why is it going in so many ways? Why, sky? Big range, big sky. Ground. Ground is it's round, it's round, it's round. It's a very round word. It's ground on the ground, it's round. But sky is a pointy word. There's no roundness to it. It's big. It's pointing in every direction. Sky. So maybe there's a concrete situation here of interest, but you know what? The truck has turned this bucket over too long. The concrete is all dried up and we're crusted. We're encrusted, and that's it. We're done. Cool.